Wow, very special night, guys.
Oh, there you are. Welcome. Come on in. Don't be shy.
There you are. Welcome. Come in. Don't be shy, guys. Good to see you. Hello, everybody. And yeah, you guys are tuned. You guys have tuned in for a very special night of LATCHKUUM. We are honored to have two very important guests today, and one of them is from the fandom, and one of them is related to the Orville project. So you guys are in for a special treat. We are in for a special treat. We have our first guest backstage. Of course, you all know both of these individuals, and we have been keeping it under the hood for the whole under wraps for the whole week. But I think there are some suspicions about maybe our first guest. Let's see. First of all, who is in here, and we will start soon. Hello, John Sopola. Good to see you, Johnny. Good to see you. I'm starving. Chicken broth is okay. And John, whenever you're ready to share about your trip to SpaceX launch, please let us know, man. Good to see you. And Donnie Don, good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Donnie Don, Power Ranger. And Sporking, good to see you, Scotty. Hey, my friend. We need to catch up, man. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for popping in here and saying hello. Oops, where'd it go? Okay. And guys, do me a favor and share this out whenever you get a second. Do me a favor and share the stream out, because anybody who's an Orville fan is going to want to tune in today. And let's see. I saw Louise. Hey, Louise. Good to see you, Louise. Thank you for hanging out with us, Louise Sparrow. Guys, don't forget to use your wrenches, Louise, and everybody else who has a wrench. Put in your channels, put in your streams, etc. Hey, Bill Barkley, good to see you. Bill Barkley and his picks. We'll see if he has a pick for us today. Hey, Lord Thoth, good to see you, Lord Thoth. Thank you for hanging out with us, Lord Thoth. Always good to see you, my friend. And Maria from T and Telly. Oh, I think I might have forgotten to say something. We might have a teeny tiny huge surprise at the end of our stream. Actually, we have a teeny tiny huge surprise planned, and I think it will happen at the very end of the stream. So with regarding our second guest. So that's all I'm saying. Just stay tuned. It has to do with Maria. JPRPH1, good to see you, my friend. Howdy, howdy. And James Caserta saying hello to all the ladies in the house. And there's another young lady in the house. Yes, and again from Orville 24/7, Lydia, good to see you, my friend. Buenas noches o buenas tardes. Me alegro de verte. Todd Lehman, good to see you, Todd. a whole Orville family is in here tonight. Jonathan Myers, good to see you, Jonathan. We are about to find out who the first guest is. You're about to find out, Jonathan. Good to see you, Jonathan. And again, John, you just let me know whenever and put in links to anything you want to have in there. So, all right, we're ready to go. We're ready to go, guys. And our first guest is someone who you all know in the fandom, and he is the very top of amongst our people supporting the Orville. He is at the very top. He is he is top. And you guys will all recognize our friend John, and he is calling himself Johnny tonight. So I want to welcome everybody. Give a nice warm welcome to one of the leaders in the fandom, Johnny Reed. Thank you, Johnny, for being with us.
Hey, how we doing?
Awesome to have you here, my friend.
I'm honored. I appreciate that high praise. I don't know about that. Maybe I'm a little bit of in the top in the Krill world, but yeah, I appreciate that.
Is that what you're here to talk to us about? About the Krill, perhaps?
Absolutely what I'm here to talk about. If you want, I'll just kind of jump right into it. Guys, I want to point out just before we get into the big surprise, and Todd is here, and I told you I wasn't going to keep you waiting through the weekend, and I don't know if Dr. Omega is here, but a big shout out to him for the inspiration, right? But first, we're going to talk about this. This was Mark 1, right? So this was Krill Mask Mark 1. It is a little bit. I've cut out the face because, as you can see, it's gigantically thick. Basically, I've learned a lot from this process, and in that, we all know, a lot of us on Twitter, sort of intermix, and we sort of talk a lot. And Art of Popcorn Bag, if you guys aren't following him on Twitter, you guys definitely should. So Art of Popcorn Bag does 3D designs. And I'll tell you, I got to reaching out to him a couple weeks ago, and I said, hey, look, the mask I made I'm comfortable with most of the process. Now, the only part I am not comfortable with is the sculpting, because that's one of those skills where I think I'm okay at it, but I don't know, like a 10th grade level. You know what I'm saying? So I reached out to him and I said, hey, look, would you want to design a whole bust of my head? So without getting into all the detail of that, and I'll kind of get to it. Art of Popcorn Bag here has designed us a fabulous new starting point.
Wow.
For our mask. And I mean, this thing is fabulous. This was 3D
There he
printed
is. There's Art of Popcorn
There
Bag.
he is. There he is. How we doing?
And there's Dr. Omega too.
So, and Omega's here. Welcome. Absolutely. So
what are we looking at? This is amazing, John.
This is a 3D printed in PLA. So Vera Shapes out of Portugal. I sent the 3D files that he actually created. Now, this was a whole process. I mean, I have a whole bust of my head from when I made that mask. Now we did a 360 shoot of that, all at the same level, doing a full rotate there. And so this is me, you know what I mean? This is essentially me in the mask.
This is what you would look like if you were Krill, right?
Yeah, this is I imagine this is what it would look like if, the makeup guys behind the Orville or Star Trek or any one of them got a hold of me and crafted it. But he did it all in 3D, all in software. Wow. I mean, taking nothing but pictures, a bunch of video, a ton of reference images. Again, shout out to Dr. O on that one. He's been a help throughout this whole process for me. I mean, it's been unbelievable, the reference shots that he's found. I'm getting off camera there. But I mean, if I'll get a little closer here so you can see the detail, but I got this thing printed in silver so that this thing just shines.
Is that heavy, John? But just out of curiosity.
No, not at all. No, this thing is this thing is so light, and it's mostly hollow. So it's 20% infills, but as you can see, he's got the back down, the ridge lines. I mean, we can even get into the graphics here, and I hope I'm using the better camera. Let me get closer. Even into the ridge here, he's got detail everywhere.
A lot of detail.
Yeah, he spent quite a long time on this. I mean, quite a few weeks on this. I mean, we were constantly communicating and adjusting. Now, if all of our measurements and time and dedication into this has sort of panned out, let's say, and I'll point that down a little bit, but yeah, there we go. Something like that. I can get something to put
that is amazing.
Anyways, if I can even pull half of this detail out in the negative mold that happens, that will be incredible. And I've got that process pretty well down. I mean, the engineering side of it is the easier part for me.
This is going to become, you're going to make the mold out of this, right?
Absolutely. So what's going to happen next is this right here. So this is just one half of it. I have the other half up there, but as you can imagine, I'll put that into some sort of contraption. I'll lay it down into a system where I'll have half and half, front and back. Now, this one I did side to side, which again, learning experience, kind of a mistake. But as you can see, that was from the first mask. So in there, you can see all the detail that now I hand sculpted all of this. You see?
Wow, so, really?
Now, yeah, I hand sculpted all that. And it was actually quite terrible. It
like, seemed, you know, you kept a lot of your friends apprised of this stuff, and it seemed like quite the undertaking.
It was a pain in the ass. It was a pain in the ass, if I'm being 100% honest. I don't know. Props to any makeup team that's using sculpting with clay, because that is certainly a practiced and learned talent. You know what I mean? So I did it 3 times in the run to make one mask. The first time
Can you show us the inside of that again, John?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So you can see basically what happens is I'll pour like a polyurethane across this, right? So a polyurethane, and again, we went over the ridge again, why we did side to side, not really a good idea there. But what we'll do is we'll pour polyurethane in stages over the krill head, and we'll make a negative mold out of that. Now, once done, this is kind of where it gets even cooler. It's a little bit of a manipulation on the way the pros do it, but here's the head that we used, right? So this is actually my head. Again, this is a life cast. I sat in the green goo for several hours, for two and a half hours, something like that, to get it all over and then set.
I'm getting a Invasion of the Body Snatchers vibe here, just looking at a clone of John.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's kind of freaky too, because I grabbed my head and I touched the eyes. I'm like, oh, those are my freaking eyes. That's weird. But anyways, from front to back will be the next one. But this one again, so essentially everything. Let me turn it.
I see.
So and then this would all get filled with the silicone product. You see, so we turn it upside down. There'll be a fill tube in the new one. Again, the first Mark 1 was hand sculpted, and it really didn't impress me. But I wanted to get it done. I wanted to get through the stages. We were kind of pushing for DNI Con, and I wanted to make it out there. And it was great.
I'm sorry, John.
Oh, just cut me out.
I took you out for a second.
I'm just chatting. But you know, this one is really going to be where it comes out, because this is going to DNI Con in April for sure. Like, I'll be making this mask. We're probably going to get started on it Friday. So I know I have the day off, so I think me and my team are going to get together. It's just me and my family.
All right, you officially have the coolest paperweight in the Orville family.
Dude, this is so sick. It's so absolutely sick. I mean, I can feel my own head in there, and it's creepy. It's a little creepy that he was able to get all that detail down from a remote standpoint. I mean, look at that face.
Wow. Yeah. You see yourself you see yourself anywhere in here?
A bit, yeah. Right in the eyes and the lips.
Yeah.
So it's going to certainly be interesting. Now, if we got all of our calculations and everything right, and we did the scan, and not really a scan, we just really did it with pictures and video and a lot of measuring. If we did everything right, this should be about 2 millimeters thick. And I'm hoping that the plastic, when the polyurethane goes on, it heats it up a little bit. So I'm hoping we've got a test run that we're going to do with one of my smaller models. So Mr. Fox will be our test run to make sure that the chemicals don't actually fail. Shout out to Micro Center. They'll give you free little foxes if anybody has a Micro Center nearby and is interested in 3D printing. That's how I saved about $300 just going to Micro Center to learn. I was going to print that in a resin. which arguably would have been cool, but it would have been twice as heavy. It would have taken 4 or 5 days to print. I mean, that head alone took 2.5 days to print. I mean, this took 2.5, almost 3 days to print. And then the printer had a print failure the first time, so it took an extra week to even get to it. But I'm glad they took their time, I'll tell you, because this thing is fabulous.
Wow, absolutely. Guys, this is John's Twitter, in case anybody wants to follow John.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna put. I can't find Art of. Let me see if I can find Art of Popcorn. Hold on one second. I want to put his.
It's Art of Popcorn Bag.
Okay.
Should be all his one word. Man, I should have thought of that. Oh,
and is he? So he's based in Europe?
No. Steve, correct me if I'm wrong. There, you're here in the good old USA. Maybe I'm wrong, but I could have swore that he just took a trip to Vegas. Why do I have problems orienting myself here?
There is Art of Popcorn Bag. Well, there's just wanted to connect everybody. Is it okay if we put? Is it okay if I put Art of Popcorn's Twitter in here?
I believe so. Yep, he just tagged it in the chat for you.
Oh, okay. There you go. All right. So yeah. Thank you, Art of Popcorn. Hey, listen, that is an amazing job. If we can send any other clientele your way, I'm sure that is amazing work. Wow.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the working with him was fantastic. And, he's watching some of the projects that he's been working on. I don't know if anybody else has been following him. They know he's been building these action figures. Like he's got John Lamar. He's got them interconnecting now to where they'll actually have like actionable figures. Oh my God. It's so cool. He's really talented with the design. I mean, I could never in my life sculpt something like this out of clay. There's just no way. And to be as precise as it is all the way around, I mean, it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. So if you guys are into cosplay, man, I guarantee you, I use Craft Crowd 3D to find the printer, and I found a place out of Portugal, and they were extremely communicative about the print failure, and that's all I really need as far as customer service, right? Like just tell me what's going on. But you could print out basically anything, so he could design it. I mean, I've been thinking about having him design other things now because I'm so pleased with that. I almost want to get a Krill suit of armor or something now.
Wow. Yeah, that is amazing. I'm gonna give Art of Popcorn. I'm gonna give you a wrench in case, and I'm asking you. You don't have to, but please feel free to put in your website or anything else you want to put in. You got a wrench. We grow together, guys. Everybody, we grow together in here. And so, Art of Popcorn, you have a wrench to put in any links of yours that you want.
Absolutely, and that's that was part of it too, right? So I went online when it's funny too. So at DNICon last year, Heather Scott Grimes fans, I don't think she's in here, but she looked at my mask and she said, "Wow, did you 3D print that?" And it was at that moment it damn dawned on me. And I'm like, son of a bitch, why didn't I think of 3D printing this thing? I could have saved myself like 6 weeks of sculpture failures, right? Anyways.
Yeah, I bet you did some. I bet you had it was a good learning experience though.
Oh, it was great. It was great. It was a lot of working with my hands. So I was really happy with that. But
can you show us that mask again, John? The one you cut the face out of?
The original one? Yeah. So, and I'm still working on this. I still want to do something with this. But as you can see, like this, it's all the silicone part, and it's made out of that plastic mold here. So this actually came out of that mold. I don't know if you can see it real well,
John. Like from my understanding, like that mask that you have there, with the proper makeup, you could still make it into.
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. I've actually bought some makeup and a little bit of silicone touch up and we were going to do it for Halloween, but we just didn't have time. I've been working a lot. But what I am going to do is try to actually salvage this. I'm going to cut the nose off of it here, and I'm going to do I'm trying to experiment with a little bit of live siliconing, which is how some of them do it now. They do it in, piecemeal and whatnot. And I mean, I was able to pull the essence of my sculpture into this. So this is what my sculpture looked like. You know what I
Does
mean?
that fit on your head very well? Does it fit on your
Oh,
head easily?
oh yeah. Hang on, what's that?
Oh yeah, awesome. If you can show us.
Oh, yeah, I
Excited.
mean, not that hard. It's heavy and it's thick, but
Isn't John great, guys? He's so good at sharing. Oh wow.
it goes
Oh, you
on.
could. Oh my God, John, you could totally. You could.
Yeah. So, but you see how thick it is, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So the thickness is main problem. So
I see.
the
But
thickness actually caused me a lot of issue while we were there because I didn't actually have the face cut out when we went to DNI Con.
uh
And so I was sitting there waiting, and the panel before us was taking long, and none of us were objecting, right? Because we're all fans. It's like, no, you're out there talking to Garrett Wang and Robert Picardo. None of us are going to object to that. Now, unfortunately, I had a train to catch because the last train was coming up for the night. So it was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and get dressed, wait for the costume contest. And while I'm out there, we're out there for, 20, now it's 30, now it's 40 minutes, and I'm out there in all those lights, and it's just
ooh.
sweat is just starts pouring down the back of my head, and I'm
Oh
just getting
yeah.
lightheaded. And my dad's like, I don't think that's worth it. And I'm like, you're probably right. Let's strip this off and let's roll out. So, but this year I'm going to show up, and with the this will not be a problem. I mean, you can see this is very thick.
Yeah.
But it's also given me an ability to really learn. I've used the cutout pieces of the face to perfect silicone hairspraying now, because this was sort of a last minute panic do. Of course, this mask, I think I'm going to paint by hand. The second one, I think we're going to really hand brush and airbrush some overages for, a little bit of the shadowing. But I think I'm really going to get to hand painting and detailing this one.
Wow.
Because I want to make sure this one really sticks. Because I'm bringing this to STLV next year because we'll be down there.
Amazing. Wow. Are you doing excuse me. You should do like some you should document how you end up the rest of your journey with the whole mask, like your painting, and if you feel like it'd be cool. We'll see.
I've thought about, there's a whole TikTok angle and all that, or YouTube angle. And I've thought about that. We've taken a lot of pictures through the whole process. I have documented the entire process. So
let me show. Can I show a couple of pictures of that?
Absolutely.
I'm going to your Twitter.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know how to easy find it. There's some easy trigger words in there. Find the one with all me, goopy, and green, man. Those are great. I'll tell you, that was the hardest part of the process for me. Only because my air got cut off and I started to panic.
Yeah.
Stoney, what's up, Stoney?
Wow. So how did you first get this initiative, this initiative inside of you?
PJ,
what
I've always
sparked it?
wanted to do this. I have always wanted to do this. And that's the thing, right? So I'm a big Star Trek fan. All of us, come on, all of us are, right? We're all huge sci-fi fans. I mean, I'm Babylon 5, BSG, the original. I mean, John Carpenter's The Thing. I go sci-fi way back. So my dad was into sci-fi.
Have you tried to do this with any other character or race character or something? Or
never. I never had the motivation to. I mean, I watched DS9 and all that. And I've always wanted to reproduce a Jem'Hadar. So when the Orville came out and the Krill, because they kind of remind me a little bit of the Jem'Hadar. If you kind of get me there, they kind of look like them, look a little Riemann-ish too, because I always wanted to do Riemann's from TNG. But yeah, so if this works out, Art of Popcorn Bag might be designing me a Jem'Hadar. I might have a whole fleet of these sons of
John, can I show this isn't exactly what we're looking for, but can I show something from your Twitter feed?
But dude, my Twitter feed is public, so
it's public.
Feel free to embarrass me.
No, it's cool. I'm showing it because it's cool. What is it? This is cool, and I'm thinking this is what, Babylon 5, but you tell me, what are we looking at exactly here? What are we looking at?
No, so that is actually my Krill outfit. That right
Oh,
there is the outfit, is a cyberpunk outfit. It's so at the neck right there, what you're looking at is a chainmail gorget. I actually had that handmade at and from one of the vendors that I met at a Renaissance festival out in Lancaster. And then the suns there were attached by my stepmother and my father attached those. They're little sun wheels that I found on like Google or something. Actually, I think I have them right here. Hang on.
oh wow.
I think I have a couple of them. Yeah, I've got a whole bag of them actually, that I purchased from Google and sort of clipped them apart and made them into various parts of the
Hmm.
mast. It's like a little sun wheel, you know.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, kind of neat. I just clipped off the tops and then
So you're
attached
saying
them
in the
there.
video the sun will not come out tomorrow? Is that what you said?
The sun will come out
Or will
tomorrow.
come out?
The
That's
line from Gently Falling Rain when
right.
after the song,
Yep, yep.
repeated prophecy of the orphan girl.
Oh, this
The
is
sun will come out tomorrow.
oh, I see. So let me show let me show the full outfit. So this is his full Krill outfit
Yeah,
here.
you'll see. You found the DNI-Con one, right? Yeah.
Wait, let me put it back up.
There's like dark boots. I want to do something with those. You know,
you're the king of cosplay here.
I'm trying to be. It's my first cosplay. So, Dr. O told me something at the start of this. He's like, "Do you want to be Captain America or do you want to be Captain America?" Let me tell you something. This is Captain America right here. Like this is what I was looking for. The rest of this process I'm good with. So yeah, that's my whole outfit. This was Halloween. So it doubled as a nice cyberpunk sort of outfit. But I've got gloves. I've got gloves with sun wheels all over them. Those buttons will eventually be converted to sun wheels, but that's just a zip up half cloak sort of gig. It's a nice little cosplay. Getting used to
Wow,
some of the
absolutely.
makeup that I was testing. Actually, each side of my face is done with a different kind of black makeup.
That's great, John, man. That's fabulous, dude. Wow. That I could totally see that is the perfect outfit for Krill. I can see you walking around the Krill planet of that. Let me just say really quick hi to Hanson, hello Hanson fan, and Stony Girl, and Dr. Omega.
Handsome fan 82, huh?
And I saw a couple of people in here before. I need to say hi to, and of course, Art of Popcorn. Wow, Art of Popcorn bag, amazing stuff, amazing stuff. Sci-Fi Mombi, um, and Raymond. Good to see Raymond in here. And let me just say to a few others we saw in here. Everybody has come to check out. Jessica Castillo is in here. Good to see you, Jessica.
She said, "Call me Yaphet because I'm so jelly." I like that. I like that.
And Robin F. Welcome, Robin F. Everybody is Kelsey. Everybody has come here to see John.
You're gonna make me blush, PJ.
Well, you know what? They didn't know exactly who was coming, but they peeked in here and they liked
Ain't
it.
that the truth? That's good. That's good. I think they're gonna like your second guest. But this is a nice first, this is a nice one. I'm a great opener, right? Like that's a great
you're a
opener, right?
great opener. You're a heavyweight, dude.
Man, I gotta shout him out again. Art of Popcorn bag, man. And like various shapes. I don't know if they'll ever even watch this stream. Again, they're in Portugal and all that, but maybe they're interested in the Orville. I'll try and tag them on Twitter or something. But like the detail here is absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
everybody check out. Make sure you're following. Check out the link tree for Art of Popcorn bag, and make sure you're following on where is convenient for you. Yeah, look at those grooves. Wow,
That's what I'm saying. Like he's got skin, like sort of. Man, it's incredible. It's fantastic.
absolutely. And John, also the fact that you're sharing it and you're so open about it is it's you're a leader in the fandom. So thank you for doing that.
I appreciate that. I found it actually extremely difficult to find solid info in a day and age where I can go online and figure out how to replace my entire front end of my car. I could barely find any solid concrete. So a lot of this is just it's trial and error is what it is, and wasted money.
Well, I'm not so sure it's going to be wasted money, but
not now, not with this. This was well spent. Every dollar I'm spending on this now is going towards it. And I'll tell you, I have saved money though. I have been using, for test products, I'll use different kind of resins, just some run of the mill. I don't even know who this is, SRC. Every SFX guy in the industry probably just cringed collectively right now at me using something like that, I'm sure, but they would recommend like a Polytech or something. But again, I'm a cosplay, you know what I mean? But the detail I'm going to bring out of that in the next negative mold, and then hopefully into the silicone mask, hopefully next couple of weeks, we have something else to show off.
Wow. And hello, Lady Miss. Good to see you, Lady Miss. This is now John is a lot of times, well, sometimes, not a lot of times, but sometimes a hobby can spark a more serious hobby or a career. I mean, do you have any, I'm not trying to find the right word in English. Do you have any, am
I open to new opportunities?
Yeah. Is there anything inside of you that wants to look down that road?
Oh man. So I'm an IT guy by trade. I have been all my career. Before that though, I was a landscaper, and before that I managed a pizza shop for several years. So, I mean, I've done a number of things. I've remodeled basements, but if I ever got, indication from somebody in the industry, like, dude, like you should join up and do something like this or XYZ, that might set me on a different path. For now it's mostly a hobby. It's certainly become more involved than I expected the hobby to be, but that comes with anything. So, but yeah, I mean, if there was actually a way to sustain oneself, but with the strikes going nowadays,
let me just throw this idea out at you, and I know a couple of people who kind of do this. Your IT background is what might be really good for getting into 3D printing yourself, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought about that. There are other endeavors that, I pursue, hobbies and stuff like that on the side, but yeah, I mean, it's worth thought. That's for sure. I guess I haven't put much thought into that.
Well, the important thing is that this is a lot of fun. And where do you think people are gonna first get a first good look at you in person at a con? Exactly.
The next one I'll be at is the Diversity and Inclusion convention from Gays in Space that they did last year. They're throwing another one in April. I'll definitely be up there.
Is that what, Philly?
That's Philly, yeah. And then Star Trek Las Vegas, the 58th year, 2024, which is next year, which is I forget now, but I have those dates. I think it's August 1 through 4. There's a ton of people in here that could tell us that, I'm sure. But I have a reservation already out there. So I'll be out there actually for the whole week. I'll be out there from the last week of July into the first few days of August. I'll be leaving on the 3rd. And I know the convention goes from like the 1st to the 4th, but I'll be there. Yeah. So it's the first.
John, those planetary step people are going to need a Krill in one of their episodes.
Well, I've met Eric. You know what I mean? I met him at DNI Con last year. I was
just thinking of Eric.
He actually looks right at. So I come walking out of the bathroom with my whole get up on, and he looks right at me. He goes, "Whoo, you're about to win this. You need to hang out. You need to hang out right now." And that's what we did. We hung out for a while, but unfortunately, a train schedule is a train schedule. But if he can call me anytime, and I'll figure something out. I'm sure, especially if I get this thing looking the way I hope it does. I mean, that's going to look legitimate. It'll look absolutely legitimate.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I want Seth himself to look at this and be a little bit confused.
Oh yeah.
Howard Berger. I want him to see that and just smile a little bit. Criticize it still, but smile a little bit.
Philip Gaming, our friend Philip O'Reilly, he played a Krill in season 3. He
Right.
said that there were 2 levels of Krill. Like there were the guys who were made up super, super good, and then there were like background Krill who kind of just, I think he said they kind of just had these prosthetics like glued to them and stuff. They didn't have like a full mask, if I'm not mistaken. I think you're definitely at the high end of that.
Well, I'm not sure how that may be a separation of technique, mind you. So
Okay.
Howard Berger and the whole group, that everybody that works on the Orville, they're far more advanced than me. The techniques that I'm actually using are 1990s era Star Trek prosthetic standards with obviously modern technology has gone into these things. They look much easier. They're much easier to pour, that kind of thing. Resin, I can get that on Amazon these days. I don't have to, drive out to Reading or Philadelphia to get it. But the piecemeal ones are actually, it's more advanced in a way. You would get, a couple of ridge lines, and then they would do what's called live siliconing, live sort of putting that in, mixing it into a cup, and then raising a ridge line around your ear and cutting into that and then making up over that. Having the pieces actually prevents what I would have run into, which is the overheating issue, or like Bortus, So Bortus, Peter Macon, he uses the full mask. Now, obviously, I'm guessing for the closer the screen, the fuller the mask actually needs to be, right? The more detailed that it actually needs to be. But with him, he's got, the back cut-ins, which, we'll also have the ability to do that, by the way. So I'll have a nice straight line there that hopefully I can get some air if I need it, but I don't think so with the width of this. But if you look at Gently Falling Rain, and you look at some of the Krill in the back, you will notice that some of them are almost much different. I think that's a glorious thing. It gives the Krill real range. You don't always have to look so uniformly with the Krill, and that's what allowed me to get away with the kind of the janky Mark I mask that I had. I won't call it janky. It's fabulous. We did a fabulous job.
That is
not
fabulous.
Damn thing about what we were doing, me and my dad.
It's fabulous, and it's also I think it's also screen worthy, to be honest.
Well, this one, yes, this new one that Art of Popcorn Bag.
The first one too is screen worthy.
I think with a little CGI, yeah, that could have been a background mask easily. Could have been one of the background masks. They would have tightened it up. Obviously, it would have been a little bit better sprayed. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, the front makeup done. Slap some chin horns on there, which I did make and do have, but that was part of the whole process. I didn't really anticipate at DNICon was the chin horns actually would not adhere because I was sweating so much and it was just pouring all over everything, and it was pretty gross, but it is what it is. You know about that.
Dr. Omega says usually background aliens use full head masks. Leads get multi-part prosthetics. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how Philip described it. We're gonna have to go back and look at that. And I want to thank, hey, Disney Sheepherder, thank you, my friend. Thank you for putting that out, that super chat, and that is important information. Disney Sheepherder is back. He had some issues. I'm really glad to see you're back. All good, all is good. Support for all content creators, and thank you, Disney Sheepherder. And make sure, let me sure I put his channel in here. What is your and it's good to see you have a support at home for all this too, John.
Oh yeah. Well, kind of at home. Like they're about an hour away.
Well, family support.
Yeah, they love to this has actually been a really fun project for me and my old man. I mean, we used to do modeling and stuff when we were younger. I don't know if you ever played Starfleet Battles.
Well, no, I haven't, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. So we used to, like really make the little models and, little Tholian ships and all that. So we got into all that mess. So I knew when I was like, I need somebody to cast my head in green goo. The one person I could trust was him. So I called him up and I'm like, here's what I want to do. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're going to make a whole mask. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, it might be a lot of money. I'm like, yeah, well, we'll do it in stages over, 6 to 8 months. And it
What does
won't
he
be so
say
bad.
now that he sees how much you've evolved?
He is like, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. We got to make it better. We're both obsessed with this mask. And at this point, we feel like we're in the final stretch again. I just love showing this thing off. I'm sorry. Every day I've got it sitting up on my entertainment center right
Keep
amidst
it up
all
there,
my
John.
buttons.
John, keep it up there 1 sec. Let me just say really quick, guys, Disney Sheepherder's channel, make sure you're subbed to him. You may have been unsubbed to Disney Sheepherder because of his issues, so go ahead and check. And Troy, look at this. Troy just got in here. Look at this, Troy. Show him again, John. This is well, you tell him exactly what it is. It's a 3D print.
3D printed in PLA krill head, modeled off of my head.
Oh, look at that.
In silver. Because it's
so this is how John's gonna make his 2.0 mask. Oh,
Krill mask 2.0. Oh no, you're good. I'm gonna put it over here.
And Conehead's the background players on Remulac. Remulac had full head silicone mask. Dr. Omega remembers Remulac.
Dr. O has a surprisingly vast wealth of knowledge.
Absolutely.
For SFX creation. I'm telling you. And what he doesn't know, he goes out and seeks. And then he's like, here, look what I found. And it's like, he found a ton of like these behind the scenes krill shots that Tom never posted. None of them posted. I'm like, wait a minute, where did you find these? He's like, oh, I found them on Google. I'm like, dude, your Google foo is off the chain, or you've got like a secret you're not telling us.
Let me just say hi. Hello, Alicia, Victoria Parker. Good to see you, Alicia. Wishing you a good week. Be blessed. Happy Sunday to you guys too. So yes, everybody has come from the Orville family to see you, Johnny.
I appreciate that.
Listen, so
I am forever humble and grateful.
I have to ask you questions here regarding now. Is Krilling your blood, or is it have to be only Krill, or are you going to explore other like Mocklin, Klingon? Like, are you going to explore other races?
Yeah, I think
know how.
Assuming this goes well, which I mean, now that this is taken out of my wheelhouse, the sculpting is not my problem. Yeah, if I can hit up Art of Popcorn Bag to design me a Jem'Hadar, that'll probably be one of my next ones, either a Jem'Hadar or a Riemann. I don't think I'm ready for anything quite like the Horbalak. That seemed incredibly detailed for how short that scene was with him in it. But for all I know, that was easy. I don't know, but I would like to try other ones. I feel like I could nail like the Zalayan ridges and whatnot, but I don't think I'll do Klingon, mainly because everybody's done it. You know what I mean? I want to do something that people can't do. The Krill is hard to do. The Jem'Hadar, hard to do. At STLV, I saw somebody in a Cardassian, fabulous Cardassian. I was blown away. And then the Magua was blowing me away. Like it was just incredible. And that's really where I want to go with it. I want to go with something stranger. Hell, maybe I'll do an Unk. Maybe I'll just do like a giant silicone Unk. You know what I mean?
Oh, Unk is. I have a feeling we're going to see more of Unk in the future.
Oh, I hope so. I like that.
Johnny is here we go. I'm taking away his name tag here. Johnny is Johnny Reed, who he is I will put in his Twitter again.
I can just change my name to that probably, can't I? Here. Yeah, I'll do this.
I'll put in your Twitter here again. So yeah, this is John's Twitter.
Boom. At Johnny A. Reed. Don't mind me. I'm super excited about this whole Krill mask thing. So I've been in a whole different mood since that. When that thing arrived, you have no idea how carefully I opened the box. I've been freaking out the whole time. Every one of my friends in real life has already seen it. Everybody I know in my like lifetime circle, not in the online sense. I have sent so many pictures that they're like, dude, we get it. You're obsessed with your Krill bust there. It's cool.
Johnny Reed is the founder of the Krill Appreciation Society. And
Yeah.
actually, the new Klingons with the neck and lower face appliances hasn't.
That's a solid point. That is a very solid. I could pull off a Discovery Klingon, you know, basically
Bill,
like an orc in space.
Bill says, yeah, it is kind of orcish, isn't it? Bill Barkley says, do Abortus. Would you do Abortus?
I mean, I could do a Mocklin. I think a
Mocklin?
Mocklin. Yeah, I mean, Mocklins would be awesome.
Hey guys in the chat, any questions for John? I want to field. Anybody want to field any questions for John, because his experience with all this, I think, is kind of unique as far as the because there's a lot of convention goers in here.
Absolutely.
So any questions for John? And I'm sure that you're okay with them hitting you up on Twitter,
Disney.
I guess.
Absolutely. Follow away. And even if I don't follow everybody back, I sometimes do, and then Twitter blows up, or X or Y or whatever the hell we're calling it these days. You know what I mean? Like, and then I lose a bunch of followers. But as long as you're using the Orville hashtag, that's always in my feed. So everybody will tell you, I've spent like months talking to people, and then I'm like, wait, I'm not following you. What happened?
Yeah. For anybody who just got in here, do you want to tell them what role the Art of Popcorn Bag played in all this, John?
He designed this. So in a software fashion, he designed the STL files that created this Krill head, which will be the base for Mask 2.0. Hopefully that process will be starting in about a week or so. We've got to do a negative mold of this, the entire thing, and then pour silicone into it. So it's a bit of a process, and I like to let it cure a little longer than everybody says you should, because, it's awesome, right? It's awesome.
It most certainly is. Yeah, it is awesome. Wow. I was telling John before, he has the coolest paperweight of anybody in the fandom.
I was actually talking about it with my dad earlier. And I was thinking, have you seen a couple of people have sent me the Iron Man mask video where they press they're like open mask, and it's like, you know what I mean? Why can't we do something like that with like a Krill mask? So I might try and get Popcorn Bag to design me a multi-layered Krill mask and see if I can attach servos to that. And then I'll put that in here in a glass case over this. That'd be cool. Press a button with a remote, and then it'll open up and show the mask.
Yeah,
that would be
you'd be getting hit up for costumes if you did that.
The prop kind of stuff I can do. It's the clay sculpting got me. I'll admit that got me. That whole idea, the idea that they on these shows, Howard Berger walks into a room. He's like, all right, here's the alien I want to make, and shows him a drawing, and then they're able to craft that with clay. Blows me away. No way in hell I could do that perfectly the whole time. You know what I mean? Because you've seen all the aliens on the Orville. Yeah. I mean, you'd look in the mess hall at any given episode, and it's like some of these are incredibly. There's one of the episodes, guy's got 3 tongues.
I didn't see that. Really?
Yeah, in the beginning of New Horizons, I forget what episode. Maybe it was Shadow Realms. Okay. He's got 3, and I know that's maybe CGI there, but at least the bottom one wasn't. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to just retell take this question from Troy again? He just got
sure.
It came in late. What material do you work in? Foam, latex, and silicone?
It's a silicone. Give me 1 second. It is a platinum silicone, actually, from Smooth On. Here we are. And the only reason for that is I'm lazy and I don't want to measure out. So I'm actually using the premium stuff called Dragon Skin, made by Smooth On. It comes in a 2-part, and it's a 1-to-1 mix. So you mix these 2 together, it becomes that silicone. So it's incredibly good to use and incredibly strong. I mean, like, I manhandle the crap out of this thing every day. And, I had a rip in the back of it that I fixed just by, layering some silicone, so you can even see my fingers.
Oh, that's cool.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean, this is all made with dragon skin. Now, I've also got what's called damn, what is that called? I think it's called Tackifier. Forget what their product's called, but I'll have to see if I can find that in a second. But what it'll actually do is it'll actually soften up this silicone and make it feel like skin. So that's another part of the process. But this Smooth On has made some of the best silicone, and a lot of the products that I've been using. They actually made the Life Cast. So there's a silicone that they call their life casting stuff. I believe it might be called their body cast. I'll have to look up the name for that. But in order to make this, I had to get a silicone mold of my head, right? So my team there, we all got me covered in this green silicone goop. And then they took a bunch of paper mache strips, basically. It was gypsum strips, and wet them and then slacked it on all over my head. And actually, I can show you that part too. Yes, I can.
I'm still getting a Body Snatchers vibe from that. John.
So here we go. You want to talk about the very first part of the process real quick. The process of making that big rock head is actually a two-part process. Inside of here is a perfect mold of my head. So all of this stuff was painted on. So this was Smooth On. The gypsum stuff I used was just some gypsum brand. I forget what it's called. I'll have to AccuCast. AccuCast is the one I use there. And then this is just gypsum paper mache strips I bought in a big quantity offline. And from there, I was able to sculpt on top of that bust. But again, the sculpting didn't work out. So,
and hello to Andy Masterson, who is another creator in the fandom.
Andy, Art of Popcorn Bag has created this for us. I know he'll appreciate this. Andy is the
Andy will appreciate it. Yeah,
Yaphet creator, correct?
Andy created the Yaphets. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, the Yaphet and the special. Yeah, I remember. Yep. So yeah, Art of Popcorn Bag has created this for me to use as the base for my next mask. So I know he'll appreciate that. He loves this kind of stuff. Now, yeah, when I did the sculpting of my first mask, I did it in hand and clay. Not a very good time for me. I did a good job, I think. I think I did a good job for a first time sort of
fantastic job. A really quick question. I saw a question from Alicia. Where was it?
Alicia.
Any plans for Krill themes in your future wedding?
No. I think the missus would be quite upset if I would love to show up. And I should just do it, right? I should just come out in this mask and this. I should just do it. What's she gonna do? She's probably watching. She, by the way, is Handsome Fan 82. So you could all say hello to Valerie, who's my bride to be next year.
Congratulations.
She would kill me. She would kill me. However, she did give authorization for my father to wear whatever he likes. So he actually asked if he could show up as a Jedi or as Darth Vader. And she said that anybody who shows up, she doesn't really care what you wear. You know what I mean? You can wear a tie, a tux. So I might encourage a whole lot of people to show up in some like Star Wars, Star Trek kind of stuff, like everybody in just uniforms.
Oh yeah, Andy's working on Seth, huh?
Oh, nice.
On Captain Mercer. I think that's right. That's right. And hello, Nemesis of Eden. And we have backstage, Johnny. We have backstage somebody who is going to be he's our second guest tonight, and he actually knows a lot about the Krill too. I'm not sure if. Let's see. Are you ready to come in? Yeah, I think you're ready. Okay. Great. Thumbs up from our guest. All righty. So I want to say hello. Just welcome Hanson and Stony Girl and Nemesis of Eden and Andy Masterson. Andy Masterson, please, Andy, please put in your link, by the way, to your channel. Andy makes amazing recreations of all kinds of action figures and dolls. Of sci-fi and so much other stuff. Andy, I'm traveling. I don't have the Yaphet with me, but Andy made these amazing Yaphets. They're as good as you can make a Yaphet. that's absolutely as
I
good as
love
you
the
can make
little
a outfit.
box that he's got him in, like the
Oh,
stand up. Oh man, it's so nice.
it's
So nice.
fantastic. Yeah. I gotta say that just the talent in our community is amazing. Okay, guys, little drum roll here, and Johnny, you're gonna hang out with us, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm hanging out.
Okay. Want to give it a nice introduction here to our next guest. He is kind of an unsung hero in the Orville community. He is somebody who is very present but very behind the scenes. He is part of the Orville crew in a certain way, but in his own very special, unique role. Um, he is, you guys all know him. He is from Spain, and he is the creator. He is the person who has brought to life the Orville comics, along with the writing of David A. Goodman and Michael, who is doing the inking. So I want everybody give a nice, warm welcome to our friend David Cabesa. Welcome, David.
Hi guys.
David, hey.
Hi, nice to meet you, Johnny.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
It's an honor to have you here, David.
What?
It's an honor to have you here with us.
Oh, the honor is mine.
It only took us 4 years to get David on the Orville Nation.
Yeah, that's true. I'm always busy.
Yeah, he was busy. He was very busy. Yeah, he's actually very busy all the time.
More because of my children than for work.
Everybody giving a nice warm welcome to David and yeah. Listen, did you see what did you think about the Krill 3D print that he did?
That was fantastic. What is that? Who did that sculpt?
That's Art of Popcorn Bag. He's actually in the chat with us now. You might know Twitter, right? Like, yeah, I think you.
I know. I know who he is or her. I don't know if it's a woman or a man.
That's a he. Yes. So he's definitely quite talented.
Yeah, very good. That's very good. Amazing.
Wow. And science fiction author Adega Outlaw. Hello, Dr. Author Adega Outlaw. Thank you for joining us. David, it's an honor to have you here. I don't know how long we have you here for, but how is do we have you here for are we going to be able to see anything you want to share?
I've been trying to show my work outside comics, mostly fan art in Instagram and other social networks, and I'd like to show you the pieces that I have remaining here, and also some of the drawings of the Orville that I've been doing over paper and not digitally.
Wow.
All this
and
time.
I'm sorry, David. I usually talk to David in Spanish, and I started to ask a question, and I said, no, it's got to be in English. So I got blocked for a second. How is now you've been very busy with a lot of other stuff too. Is there anything you want to share that you're doing now before we get into the Orville?
Can we share what we are doing together, PJ, or is it what you are referring to?
Well, I was anything you want to do. We can wait. We can save that until the end, maybe.
Okay, better.
But is there anything else that you want to share that you're working on right now?
Well, I've been working lately, and you sure have been watching my process in social network. This piece, for example.
I saw that online. That looks great.
Beautiful.
This is a relatively small piece, considering my other drawings, my recent drawings. I got here other pieces that are double that size, For example, this one, this is a red Sonja. I don't know if you can see it well.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
God, that looks amazing.
Wow.
I'm not able to put it correctly in front of the
That's
camera.
really
Sorry.
that's very good, David.
But I have also this Ahsoka.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's nice.
And this piece got a lot of job.
Holy crap, that's amazing.
This was
That's
fun
really
to do.
good. Wow.
That's really good.
This is from Naruto,
So
from manga.
David,
Tell me.
oh, finish. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
There are more here, but if you have something to say,
I
let
was
me know.
going to ask, what you're showing us now? Are they commissions for somebody, or are they?
These are fan art pieces, but are made with the intention of selling them. In fact, but they have not find a home until now, and I'm showing them because I'm trying to sell them a little cheaper than originally I
Oh,
priced them.
so this is Dave. So this is David's what he has in stock right now that's available.
Oh, really?
Yeah, available.
Interesting.
Wow.
This
What?
all,
Okay.
So we can own a David original.
yeah, these are all originals on paper. No other copies.
Wow.
And
Those
there are lots here, but we can be some minutes
well. Let me just
seeing a
say.
lot of them.
Oh, let me just say 1 second. So Maria says here, and hey, Steve, Ranker Steve, good to see you, my friend. And I heard that Ranker Steve show is hitting 1 year already. That's amazing. Good to see you, Steve. And I got to get over to Rumble. I'm having issues on Rumble, Steve. That's why I haven't been over there. So Maria says David sells his work too, although he doesn't have a website yet. Make sure you're following him on Twitter, and I'm going to put David's Twitter in here because one of the things that we're going to be so David is going to be showing us some of the surplus that he has in stock right now for his artwork, yeah, that was amazing.
Yes, she's right. I don't have a website, and I don't have a place to sell them, but I'm always open to receive direct messages and deal with anyone that wants a piece.
Yeah, and we've had very positive experiences asking David for, and we'll talk more about that later. But we've had very positive experiences asking David for a commission, and he is affordable, and he is amazing to work with, and he's very professional, very friendly, and I got to say, there's even with very well, I guess we'll talk about that later. But I'm saying that that's very intricate. It's very easy to work with David because if you're requesting something specific, he is very creative, and he's a good listener to all all requirements in a project, and he's just amazing to work with. That's all I can say.
Gotta love the talent in the Orville fandom, don't you? Just everywhere, just from behind the work, in your work in the comics, the guys that make the show, and then every one of the fans seems to have their own little niche. You know what I mean?
What? I think I don't understand.
No, I'm
Sorry.
saying like everybody in the fandom's quite creative. The creativity in the fandom blows me away.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Let me put in David's. I want to put in David's Twitter in case anybody needs to reach out to David. So typically, David, for a commission, somebody will reach out to you through maybe through Twitter or through email or something, right?
Yeah, or through Instagram. And I've been reached several times by via Instagram, and I've done some deals there, more than through Twitter. But I have had some strange experiences there because there are also too many scammers.
Oh,
So you gotta watch out. But normally it's normal people that want a commission, and we do all our deals through messages, and that's all. I normally ask for a payment via PayPal, and it's quite easy and fast. And I protect very well the drawings when I ship them. I have had no issues with shipments, so it's quite easy and fast.
and yes, Dr. Mega, David is probably the best comic artist for doing likenesses I've ever seen. It's so perfect. He does the Orville comic. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
And we had for reasons that you guys will understand later on, we've had several people complimenting David's work this week. A lot of people have been looking at your work lately, David, and it is amazing. Can I ask, for example, I'm just going to throw this out there. How much does something like the Princess Leia one that you showed us, how much does that
how much the cost of the drawing?
the cost, yeah, of like of one of those print, I mean, it's not a print, it's an original.
It's around this. I have not put a price to the Leia yet, but around 160 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Maybe. The other pieces that are double the size are around 200, but I have been putting on sale this last week, and they were at around 150.
Those are actually that's actually a good price. That's very good.
Yeah. I think so, but it's difficult because there are too many artists that are very good out there.
I do want to say to everybody, guys, that David is a young guy, and he is. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. David is a young guy, young artist, but he has already done several important things, and he's already involved in a lot of other big projects. But getting an original from David is going to be a collectible, I think, at some point.
Absolutely, especially if we can get some renewed Orville and get more comics.
Crossing fingers.
Can you, regarding let me just say thank you, Maria. Amazing to have David on. Thank you, Peter, for this. David, eres un superhéroe.
Thank you, Maria.
Yes, David is un superhéroe. He is truly a superhero. Absolutely. So David, isn't it? So it's very interesting that the Orville comics, it's a lot of responsibility. For David Goodman and you and the gentleman who's doing the inking. It's a lot of responsibility. The fact that those comics are canon, right? Can you tell us a little bit about how you work with David A. Goodman and I think it's Michael who's doing the inking?
Michael is actually doing the colors. I'm doing all the lines,
okay.
Both the pencil and inks, and it's a lot of responsibility. Yeah, it was difficult at the start because I didn't know the show, so I ran to watch all the episodes that were out at that time. I think season 1 was complete, and the second one was starting, and I watched all them. I love them, I think the show is fantastic, and in fact, it is better with each season. And working with David was a fantastic experience. He's open to all the ideas that I have had all that time, and he has obviously the last word on all the stuff we did, but it was a pleasure to work with him. The process was quite simple. He sent me the script. I do some layouts. He revised all the work and tells me if there's something to change or to revise and stuff. And then I proceed with the pencils. Normally, the pencils are more or less something that is not that has not much change, and then the inks and send them to Michael for coloring. So that's all. It's quite simple, but it's laborious. It takes around 2 months to do an issue.
Wow.
It's something that I always say to everyone that asks me about the job, because it's something that you do in 2 months and people read it in 15 minutes. And it's something a bit frustrating,
Wow. Yeah, I think everybody truly appreciates, and I remember when JP Gotastic was doing, he would be reading. He would remember, Johnny. He was reading us the stories.
Yeah,
I loved the readings of his story, because like I read them all obviously as soon as I got them, but then like watching other people read them, it I like to enjoy that sort of fandom connection, the whole family connection. So jumping on watching your stream when you guys are talking about stuff, and watching JP while he's over there with his readouts, those are awesome. I love his Christmas music too, so I'm really glad. I have a feeling he's going to be cranking out some more Christmas music, especially with Seth putting out an album, right? Like, he's going to have to step up to that, right?
JP loves that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Expect something big from JP.
Something that I enjoyed of JP when he was reading the comics is the different voices he used for the different characters.
Yes.
Especially in the first issue, when he started to put voices to that birds creatures in that planet.
Yeah. I love that, because that really helps me get into it. It helps you get into the imagination of it. Feels kind of like a D&D game a little bit. You know what I mean?
See, yeah.
So David, I'm actually very excited. Hello, Time Prophet. Good to see you, Time Prophet. Good to see you, my friend. Let me just say that Sci-Fi Mambi says David is working on something for Sci-Fi Mambi soon. Very nice.
That's right.
And she cannot wait for the reveal.
Oh, wow.
Very interesting. So there's another person, Sci-Fi Mambi, who's working with David. That's great. Time Prophet, go back to the beginning of the stream and listen, because you're gonna appreciate John's stuff.
Give me 1 second.
So David, can you? I'm actually very excited to look at the other prints that you have the originals you have that you can show us. Can you show us anything
some more?
You have? Yeah, some more.
Yeah, I got here, for example, these trunks from Dragon Ball.
Damn, that's good.
All these are full figures.
Wow.
Or for example, this other from Evangelion.
Holy crap!
As you can see, I'm a big fan of manga and anime.
Yeah.
And also Star Wars.
Boba Fett.
It's a Boba Fett. Yeah.
Very nice.
Or this cartoon from the 80s, 90s, Galaxy Rangers.
Oh wow!
I don't know if you remember them.
I don't know that one. No. I bet you my dad would know that one though.
Or for example, this other from the Flash Gordon cartoon. This is very old.
Oh wow!
Very nice.
I like this one.
That's very well done. Damn.
There are lots more. I have a lot to show.
Oh.
It's Thundercats
Thundercats.
Chitara.
So, guys, in case you're just joining us, David is, of course, the person who draws, the artist who draws the Orville comics, and he's brought all the characters of the Orville to life, and he is just showing us some of his artwork that he has for sale. So you can show us a little bit more, David. I'm having a lot of fun, actually.
Okay. This from D&D.
D&D. Johnny said D&D.
This
Man,
is
look
a
at
Hank
that. I love it.
with Tiamat.
Oh, Tiamat.
Very
Yeah.
much love it.
I had this from Street Fighter,
Oh, very nice.
or this other. This is from a video game. I don't remember the name now.
Why does that look familiar? I'm not
Yeah.
sure what that is.
It's pretty
But
well
it's still
done. though.
beautiful. It still looks good. I could
Yeah.
never draw anything like that. That's for sure.
That's
Man.
amazing. Nice. Yeah, very nice. Connie Cleary says,
Do you remember this, PJ?
which one is this? This is.
This is Ulysses 31.
Oh, wow.
This is
I don't even
from
know
our
that.
childhood. Or this other. This is a Wonder Woman with the custom he had in the film, the first film.
Wow. Is that a cosplayer?
No, it's
that's-
it's something that that comes out.
Wow. Oh, wow.
A Rocketeer.
Oh, wow. Dude, you're very talented. I mean,
Thank you, Johnny.
Those are really good, dude.
And
he's got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there.
yeah, this is Michelangelo.
Que bueno. That's awesome, dude.
Uh-huh.
Love the
I got
background work on that
them
one, too.
with
So-
some BGs from New York. I'll show you the other
He's
two.
got every one of them. Look
we
at
can
it.
do a pause.
Tell
Oh,
me
yeah.
you've got a Splinter one in there.
No, I don't have
Oh,
one. I should do one. This is Leonardo,
Wow.
and maybe we can do a little pause with standby because we have more 5 or 4 more here.
Okay.
And I also have this this folder with the Orville drawings I did.
Oh,
I don't know if you
wow.
if
That
you.
yeah. We'd love to
No.
see the Orville stuff.
This is
You-
Charlie.
Charlie, okay.
Oh, that's Charlie.
Mhm. They are in plastic bags, so they have some reflections, but you know.
Oh, wow.
He's smoking.
So-
I
Yeah,
love it.
smoking.
I love it.
Oh, that's great.
500 cigarettes.
Now, David, I have to ask you something
Tell me.
because you have brought up there's a big elephant in the room. The elephant in the room. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that expression, but okay. Hay una pregunta grande que me ha surgido con lo que has enseñado.
Dime.
Is that I don't. So Charlie Burke has she was not in the she has not in the comics yet, but you're ready to draw Charlie Burke just in case.
Just in case, yeah. I have only
Yes.
drawn her in this drawing. Only one drawing, and it was the last one I did for this series of drawings that I started like 4 years ago.
I mean, there's no reason that a 3.5 season couldn't happen in the middle of New Horizons, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. John.
Well,
Wow.
who knows if we can come back after all the strikes and that stuff. Hopefully.
Have you had Bill Barkley? Have you ever asked a question? Well, kind of has asked a question. Have you ever done any
The
Transformers?
I have not drawn Transformers for a long time. I think the last one I was like 10 years old. I should draw one.
That's interesting though, because you're very good at drawing people, right? And so, is there any difference for drawing a Transformer for you, or?
I think it's quite difficult to draw Transformers. When fellow artists tell me that he's been hired for drawing the Transformers, I say that must be very difficult, because everything it's mechanic, so it has to have all straight lines, and the curves gotta be perfect, and it looks like something difficult to draw.
What if you did like Beast Wars? You know,
Beast Wars.
yeah, like the old Transformers Beast Wars cartoons. You could do like you know, because they're all like you could do like the cheetah or something. You know.
Hmm. I could do that, I guess, but the Transformers look very difficult.
I imagine it would be, especially like Optimus Prime. I mean, because you have to kind of sort of combine the knowledge of cars along with a
Hmm.
little bit of science in order to make like custom. Sure they do it in the show really fast, but if you slow that stuff down, there is a lot of that detail in it where
Yeah,
they're like
yeah,
showing the drive shaft of a truck go over his shoulder and stuff. It's pretty crazy stuff.
yeah. In animation, they can cheat a lot because it's something that happens in seconds, but
Hmm.
in drawing that it's going to remain, and you can analyze every detail. You have to be very, very clean, very uh, do the drawing very detailed, and
Rise of the
it's very
Beasts.
difficult.
That's it. Bill
Yeah.
just said Rise of the Beast. That's right.
Mm.
That's the new movie that came out that's based on, I think, those Beast Wars characters, kind of. But
Hmm.
yeah, they might be easier to draw. And you nailed the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah.
I draw them because I love those characters, especially the first movie, and those are based on the costumes they used in the first movie.
Oh
You
man,
know,
I need to go
That
back and
were
watch that.
those were done by Jim Henson,
Hmm.
and they're fantastic.
Nobody
I
does
could
it like Jim.
No one like him.
I could see in the Ninja Turtles drawings that you did,
Hmm.
you could see that they're fun. You could see the fun in the drawing. To me,
Yeah, yeah. I have a great time. I had a great time doing those drawings. Yeah, I enjoyed them.
um, so when by the way, David, is it surprising that you ended up doing comic books, or because you're an artist, you're very talented, but did you always want to do comics, or?
I always wanted, but when I was like 20 or so, I was thinking about what was going to be with me in life, and that was something that I didn't consider because I thought that it was very difficult. And at some point, when I was about to become 40 years old, and I was working for an studio designing websites and advertising and that stuff. I decided that wasn't what I wanted, and decided to make a leap of faith, and I started to do some sample pages, and I had like 1 year and a half or so that I wasn't working, and I was starting to be a bit desperate. But at some point, I contacted my agent, and he liked what I sent him, and he started to show my pages to editors, and after I think 3 or 4 months, he called me with my first gig, that was inking another artist, and it sounded really nice because I had not much experience drawing comics, so inking it is easier because it's kind of tracing, and it was a very good starting point for me.
Kind of helps you
Oh.
get the technique down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what everybody else is using, right?
Yeah, that's it.
This is kind of a question from Bill. He drew Thundercats. Any chance you can draw the Thundercats lair, or
Thunder Tank.
Thunder Tank in the
the Thunder
Thundercat.
Tank?
Thundercat. Any chance you could draw a Thunder Tank? I don't know what a Thunder Tank is. It's the vehicle. The vehicle they used, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly the Thunder Tank, but I know the Thunder Tank, the Thundercat lair. Yeah, that's the.
To be honest, I know the series, but I don't have watched all the episodes, so I must be
You got to refresh your
a bit
memory.
lost. Yeah, I need to refresh.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen Thundercats, that's for sure.
I'm just going to show you guys what the Thunder. We're already here, so I'm going to show you guys what the. Oh, I see what. Okay, this is
There's a Thunder Tank. This is awesome.
Yeah, here it's this thing right here. Hold on. I'm just opening up the image. So, do you think maybe, David, if somebody requested a Thundercat inside the Thunder Tank? Let's see.
I think it if it's what I had in mind, it must be. Oh yeah.
That is a Thunder Tank. I remember that.
Wow.
Now. Okay.
Wow. It was that vehicle, wasn't it in the intro of the series?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think I remember it, but it's complicated.
That's for
but
sure.
If you guys look at the Orville comics, David is drawing all kinds of scenarios. So,
yeah, it's a matter of time and patience.
Yeah. Another question from Todd. David, do you have your image handy of Isaac and the cat?
Yeah,
that one is so adorable.
I have it here. And let me see here. And he's with the banana in hand. The cat is here in his feet.
Great.
And he's doing pew pew with a banana.
With a banana. That's great.
I remember that when I was drawing this, the first sketch that I did of this one, I before making it public in the social media, that I asked, I don't remember why, but I asked permission to David Goodman to show it.
Yeah.
Maybe because I was afraid that I was doing some kind of spoiler with the cat, something that didn't happen in any season.
Yeah.
It could be cool to have a cat in the bridge, as they said in the first season.
Yeah, they need a bridge cat. All right. David doesn't just do drawings of other comics, but also brings his own work to life, says Maria. Yeah.
I mean, Star Trek had a dog. I mean, we can do a bridge cat.
Bridge cat.
Now, yeah, absolutely. David, do you ever show up yourself in the background in any work that you've done? Does David
in the comics, you mean?
Yeah, do you paint yourself as one of the background actors and sign your own jacket?
I've been drawing myself in the comics in several spots, in several panels.
Nice.
but it is something that is in the distance, nothing too much evident. And but at some point, David Goodman told me that. Well, he told me that he wanted to put some of his friends in there. Even his song is in one panel too.
Oh, nice.
So at some point in the script said this character should be you. draw
that's
yourself,
awesome.
Draw yourself talking with Kelly, and I appear talking with Kelly in one panel.
Oh, we got to go look for that
I'm gonna
now.
have to go back and reread them now. Oh yeah. We're not looking for hidden Mickeys. We're looking for hidden Davids.
If you give me a sec, I can show you from.
Oh, please, yeah, please,
absolutely, yeah. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that's very cool. So now you guys
have the library edition here in hand, so I can show you if I find it. It should be easy. Okay, David Goodman's song is he this guy here?
Oh, awesome!
Oh.
This is
I don't
awesome.
remember his
We're
name.
getting some Orville lore here, guys.
Yeah. And
is the wiki guy here? We're definitely gonna need the wiki guy to rewatch this later.
Yeah. The Orville Wikipedia, he means.
Orville wiki, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure that he probably knows that information already, because sometimes he asks me some questions. I don't remember the exact page. Here. Kelly is running, and she crosses with me in this hallway. And before that, I think I am here. This is me. Talking with her too. And I'm in other panels, but small, tiny figures. Driving now in engineering. Besides Isaac or something like that, I don't remember exactly. But the big one, the big one is that the biggest thing for me.
That's awesome. No, that's amazing. I mean, that's you're actually right there in the scene, man. That's.
I just wanted to answer Bill. Actually, David actually did draw me because Maria commissioned something from David, and he actually Maria asked to put I was in there somehow. So yeah.
She commissioned me to draw her and Seth MacFarlane and yourself, PJ, and it was fun to do.
It was quite the honor to have drawn by the great David Cabesa. He is a national treasure here in Spain. Hey, David, those comic book shops, they need to have those comic book shops that you put on Twitter. They need to have you signing comics there.
Seriously, yeah, absolutely, they should.
I think that at some point in the future, if we are able to make the Orville so popular here in Spain, that they decide to translate into Spanish the comics, maybe we can have a signing session in that awesome. Comic shop. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Hopefully they'll renew it and give throw some more money at it, make it even bigger with some Disney marketing behind it this time. Bob Iger.
I know, right?
Yeah, it should be better. Yeah.
Yeah, the Orville deserves to be given its proper place under the Disney umbrella.
It's being Johnny knows it very well. The Orville is being in the top 10 of the series in Disney Plus, right?
Yeah,
all this time.
Yeah, I mean they're mostly what we're seeing now is the television stats. So that's all for online engagement. So that's going to be like wiki views, tweets, Instagram tags, and all that kind of stuff, which is all good. It's still a great indicator of how popular the show still is. when every single day it's on that top 10 on television stats. Now, even before when it was airing, Flix Patrol, again, everybody knows none of these studios release any of their metrics. At least they haven't traditionally. So, Flix Patrol sort of reverse engineered their algorithm for the long and short of it. And we were seeing that hitting in their top 10s as it was airing. And I've got a lot of that data saved. I'll have to go back through and look through some of that. But me and Todd were pretty engrossed in that data for a very long time, especially after it aired on Disney Plus. It even hit top 10s again in multiple countries. But again, there was no real coordinate. I mean, if we look at Star Wars Andor, for instance, right? I mean, if you look at how many countries that thing premiered in simultaneously, the day it dropped everywhere. It dropped everywhere, and they marketed it for like 3 weeks ahead of time. They had it in every commercial. And now, we got a little bit of that. We did get a lot of that. We got some billboards and all that. But realistically, if we had just a third of that Andor style marketing, I mean, good Lord, and the international drop, I think, would be a real great one.
It's difficult to compete with that.
It is.
Let me just explain one thing, guys. Just they mentioned David was mentioning it before, but so the Orville comics are kind of between seasons a little bit, or John was mentioning it too, and I don't think David knows anything about season 4, so I'm not going to put him on the spot with that question. But I think if there was a season, when there is a season 4,
when we all know it's coming, all know it's coming. It's got to. There's no reason to drag us out this long, right? Like it's been over a year.
You guys are really sure that the season 4 is something that is gonna happen, right?
Oh yeah, I think.
I mean, I am highly confident. I see no reason it shouldn't. Honestly, if I had to look at the current environment, I almost feel like Seth is self-striking at the moment. You know what I mean? Where we're not going to announce renewal until you give my people a fair deal on their jobs, right? So it's like, I feel like, again, it's been over a year. I mean, we've surpassed, I forget what show it was, but we all looked it up a while ago. There was a Netflix show that sat for like 340 some odd days before it finally got canceled. But like, if you mean to tell me you've drug a whole fandom through an entire strike, through 2 strikes at this point, the WGA strike and the SAG-AFTRA strike, drug us through a release on 2 separate platforms, then, you kind of toss around the idea of maybe we'll buy Hulu. Maybe we won't buy Hulu shares back. All of that is in the dirt now. All of that is done. Everything, every hatchet that has stood in the way and that would have potentially cut the Orville, in my mind, is already gone. I mean, they would have cut us with Willow, you know what I mean, back then if it was really that much of a deal. But no, I think the truth is the Orville's a moneymaker. And for a platform that is switching to an ad-based platform with its new subscribers, I mean, the Orville is rewatched like crazy. I mean, how many times do anybody in this chat have the Orville on in the background? I mean, myself, it is my constant, it's my replacement for TNG these days. It is always on in my house. So I don't know. I think
so. The question is only when.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think even after we hear, I mean, John Cassar said on your show a while ago, PJ, even after we get an announcement of a renewal, you're still talking a year and a half, 2 years before we even get an episode, because it's got to go through the whole process. You know what I mean? From shooting to editing, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know. I am my prediction right now, and my fiance gets on me all the time because I'm predicting when the Orville is going to be renewed. My prediction is once the strikes are over, we're going to know about it. We're going to get an announcement once the strikes are over. I mean, otherwise, what the hell has Disney been doing? I mean, what are you guys doing? Like you have a literal cash cow. So the merchandise alone that could be generated from that. I mean, Dr. O's concept of Tomorrowland into Orville, I think that should have been happened. That should have already been in the works when season 3 was aired to the executives. But I'm biased too. We're all biased.
We're all biased. Yeah, absolutely. But you're right, though. You're right. And, Disney's had its troubles, as Time Prophet says, right?
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't mind that we sit with Disney. I trust Fuzzy Door Productions.
Exactly. Well put,
Seth's
John.
ability to, I mean, the man is all over the place. The guy clearly either knows or pays somebody to know contractual law incredibly well. So much so that he takes his creations where he goes. So,
yeah. Well, I don't know how long. Go ahead, David, please. Sorry.
Sorry. I don't know if it's going to be renewed. I hope so. But the fact is that I'm really looking forward to it, even if I'm not going to do more comics, because I've become a fan, and I want more the Orville episodes. So I hope so.
Yeah, David has become a fan
I
himself.
certainly hope so.
Guys, I want to remind you, and I think I'm not sure we have David just for a little bit longer, but I want to remind everybody, guys, that I'm putting his Twitter in here again. David is he is doing commissions for people in the fandom, and not just Orville, but anything. And he's been showing us. If you're just getting in here, turn back this stream. David has been showing us a lot of his work, and I think you have a few left there, David, to show us.
Something more?
Do you have a couple more to show us?
Yeah, I have some more.
He's like, I'm ready. He's got them all. Look at
Man,
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
you can hold them up a little bit longer, David. A little more.
More time in the screen.
Because that's a
That's a fantastic Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Wow.
This Han Solo.
Wow.
This a little smaller than the other ones. These two. This Luke with Tauntaun.
That's Luke, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I have also this guy.
Baby Yoda.
With the ball.
Oh, he's got, I was going to say he's got the ball in his hand from his gear shift or whatever. The man.
And as I'm a fan of the basketball, I had this one.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Magic Johnson.
That's really good.
And that's all. That's all I have right now. A part of the drawings of the Orville.
Very nice. Very nice.
You can do an approximate idea of what I can do for you.
Oh,
wow.
Dr. Finn. Yeah, with a normal uniform, not the one of the doctor.
That's right. Yeah, it's blue, right?
No, it's all gray. These drawings I did them in black and white and colored them in Photoshop after that. So all of them are black and white and some gray, as you can see here, young and.
I like how he's thinking about a spider.
The spider monster. Or these two. See?
Oh, the Arnoff device.
The Arnoff, yeah. That was in the first episode where she would jump around.
The pilot episode, yeah. And here's Kelly and Ned.
Oh, wow.
These were done in 2019.
I was about to say back in 19 something. Okay, time traveling on us there, David.
Yeah.
So, David, do you get, as the time goes by, do you get more comfortable drawing those characters?
Yeah, I think so. It was difficult at the beginning. The first 2 or 3 issues was difficult, especially Gordon and Kelly. I don't know why, but they were difficult to draw. And with time, I had more confidence, or I don't know, or more experience, and I started to draw them more easily.
Oh, okay. Wow. Do we have you for a couple more minutes so we can talk about that project that you're working on with Maria?
Yes, sure.
Yeah,
And
we
yeah,
want to
time
know
puffing.
now. You've
Sorry,
been
John?
teasing it. You've been teasing it. We all want to know now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sandwich. Have you drawn the sandwich yet or not from the
No.
season 3?
Just
Not
a
yet. Not
giant
yet.
portrait of the egg salad sandwich in the circle, the I guess underneath the Aronoff device where it was. That should be your next
That
portrait.
would be a nice commission.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah. Wouldn't it be great? Everybody in the chat, listen, imagine you're like in this, like I am on the bridge, right? You're part of the Orville, and all of a sudden, like the sandwich appears right next to you, and David is drawing you with the sandwich.
There you go.
David, I hear there's a new project in the fandom, and Maria is behind it, and her character of Vampira, Lady Vampira, apparently is coming to life through you.
Yeah, that's it. I've been drawing the character the last 2 weeks, and having some fun creating her appearance from your ideas. I only try to bring to life your ideas.
Well, I got to say, like I said, so I think most of you guys already know that that Maria and I were kind of working on this, and a couple others on the team were working on the Lady Vampira concept for a comic, and somehow we were lucky enough to connect with David, and he was, we were lucky enough that he's willing to work with us, and working with David is an incredible experience. That's all I can say.
That's awesome.
I'm glad to be working with you guys.
And
you guys are just working on the first issue. Is this a comic coming out?
18th.
Looks like it.
Wow.
Yeah. So just to give everybody just a quick heads up, the comic that we were originally going to put out is finally going to get put out, and we're just in the initial stages, and I think that we have a sneak peek at something that David has, some of the initial concept art for the Vampira first issue, and I think he might want to share something like that. Do you have something to share for the Vampira art, David?
Or
I'll share it.
Yeah, better, because I don't know if I have the image in hand right now.
I'm sorry. It's my bad not to have it. Here, 1 second. I have it myself. I shouldn't. Okay. Yeah, this is I think this is absolutely amazing, and the fact that David has been able to put Maria, because Maria, I want to remind everybody, Maria is going to be playing the character, and she is our intention is that Maria be playing this character at conventions and pediatric wards and wherever this
cool.
this takes us, right? Wherever this takes Maria. And it's so good to see you, Tink, from Orville 24/7. Tink is a big fan of you, David. Tink is another big fan. So here we go. We have it here. Guys, a sneak peek at Lady Vampira, interpreted by David Cabesa. And hopefully David can explain to us what we're looking at.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's all that I've been doing these 2 weeks.
Amazing.
I started with the center figure. I draw the concept of the character with all the elements that Maria wanted to have in the dress. And
Is this a cane sword?
yeah, cane sword.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of transforms into a sword in that way in the square, as you can see.
Wow.
And she
I love
has a lot of leather in her costume, even the shoulder pads in leather with a bird in the shoulder.
And
Because
she shoots fire.
she wanted to be able to put animals in the shoulder, and she wanted a hood, wanted greens and leather and a sword cane. And
Let me just show you guys a little closer.
while I was working on it, as she told me that she wanted something for the forefront, the symbol was something that emerged from my mind in seconds. Was something strange, but it was really that fast.
That's incredible.
But I like it very much.
Isn't that amazing, John? That looks like like Maria.
I just want to know, is she going to actually have a real parrot at these conventions? Because that would really set it off, like a real bird or an animal.
It would be great.
Yeah, that's
so PJ, she looks like Maria then.
She totally looks like Maria.
Yeah,
absolutely looks like Maria.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a different pose, but look, she looks like Maria in. This is the first
angry Maria. This is this is when you don't start the stream on time, Maria.
Yeah,
this is the first dynamic pose of Lady Vampira.
Boom.
Yeah, with her magic in the left hand and the sword.
Now, can she combine the fire and the sword and make a flaming sword?
Could be. I don't know much of the character, to be honest. I've been working with some ideas that they have told me, but I don't know the background of the story and the background of the character. But with their explanations was enough to create this, and I hope to be developing it more, because this is something that it looks like it's something finished, but it could be subject of changes,
Lydia
said, I'm glad that you like it.
Go ahead, John. You were going to say something?
No, I'm saying it'll grow over time, I'm sure, as you get more used to the character and discover more about what comes out of the character. I'm sure, but I love what's done here. I think this is awesome.
And Lydia says, that is what I admire most about your work, David. The way you capture people, characters is amazing. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I also wanted everybody to see this. And I want to move over to the other part of the image here, is because you guys all know Maria, and you guys can tell this is totally Maria. Look at this. This is absolutely Maria. Which means, guys, that if anybody is commissioning David for a work of art, it's pretty amazing to have yourself, immortalized in one of David's pieces of art.
That is something that I've been asked a lot of times, to be to draw a portrait of someone, and sometimes a portrait with a costume of a series or a character. It's something that most people ask me.
Yeah. Are you usually comfortable? Are some people more difficult to draw?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know exactly why.
Problems with a bit of Gordon there. You said it was giving you trouble, right?
I think the fact that Gordon has the bird it's what was difficult to find the likeness of him.
Yeah, the goatee.
In yeah, what?
The goatee, the beard, yeah.
Yeah, that made it more difficult, I think. Just to try to find an explanation, but I still don't know why I wasn't able to draw him better than or as good as the other characters.
I think it looks great, but I can understand. You're kind of self-criticizing yourself, right? You're
Yeah,
looking at your own work and you're like, that's not my best, right?
so much.
And I love what you did, David, here with the emblem on her forehead. It looks
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of Wonder Woman symbol
Yeah.
somehow, but it has his unique shape, and it works well as a logo, I think.
Yep. Absolutely. So Maria will be walking around conventions with Johnny Reed. They will be bumping into each other.
Is she going, Maria? You're going to hit up a bunch of conventions? She's
Yeah,
going to come out to Philly for DNICon,
that's the intention, that she will be.
Excellent.
And I'm sure at some point, David will be at the big conventions signing comic books as well.
That will be fantastic.
And Todd said it's actually this. Todd says it very well. Yeah, David is very versatile. We've seen so many different things that David has drawn, that he's been showing us, and now we're seeing now we're showing Maria here, right? And I just want to say that yes, Maria has magic. And
I don't know if I'm versatile, but I think that I'm still developing my own style. Maybe these Maria drawings are more or less something that we can call my style. But when I draw my fan arts, I somehow try to mimic other styles, and I think it's part of the learning process that I'm still trying to find my style.
Yeah, I got to say that I think if Maria's family looks at these images, they will see Maria for sure.
Especially the black and white. I think
Yes.
she looks like her in that drawing.
Oh yeah,
so
the
much.
black and white is amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Wow. Guys, before we go, because I don't want to take too much of these guys' time. Any questions in the chat for David or for John? And do you want to talk about how you use digital art, how you work digitally, David?
I always these drawings are done digitally. They don't look as they are digital. That's good. Eso es bueno.
Yeah, honestly, I thought you drew this by hand and maybe like scanned it in or something like that.
No, it was done with this Wacom pencil.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. So you're using a Wacom tablet. That's very nice, very nice.
And it's a good sign that he didn't know that it was digital.
That's good. That's very good.
Disney Sheepherder says to include an infinity symbol. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Disney Sheepherder. And Todd has a question. How long have you been drawing comics?
Since I can remember. Since childhood. I remember maybe the first drawing I was doing, I was 6 or something like that. I remember drawing in the floor in the kitchen, drawing an anime character called Mazinger Z. I don't know if you remember it, PJ.
Yeah, I do.
And I was, referring from a magazine, and I remember that first drawing, and I remember my mom telling me, "You just have to observe closely and try to draw. And I just started to draw while I was referring, and something magic happened. I think because I have not stopped since then.
Wow, and of course, Todd is the super fan who has been putting together those fan made comic projects from the footage itself of the Orville.
Yeah, the Orville inked is what he calls it.
Orville inked. Okay.
That's a fabulous set of comics themselves. I had a lot of fun reading those.
Yeah, that's a lot of work what he's doing.
That's a ton of work. A ton of work.
Yeah, Todd, man, that's like that. It's unbelievable how much work. David, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I have read the comics too, and it's a lot of job. And I also, when I was reading it and seeing what he did, it was amazing because it reminded myself, going back and forward with my video device to find the reference for the comics. But this guy did the comic doing more or less the same, but capturing the images he needed, and did a great job. And that's a lot of time. He put a lot of time and a lot of love.
It was a labor of love for sure. Absolutely, it was a labor of love.
That's a lot of love, John. I mean, Todd, and
it's okay. You can get us bald guys mixed up. It's the Bald Brigade, right, Dr. O? The three of us are about as bald as you're going to get in the fandom.
So, Todd, thanks a lot, and we're going to have Todd, on to talk about that at some point, because that's a labor of love, like an unbelievable amount of love put into that. David, I use a Wacom Cintiq, but still not used to it. Says the
it's a bit difficult. It needs some time. I started with a Wacom, but it wasn't Intuos, and I was drawing in the table, and what was done with the hand was in the screen of my computer. But then I changed it to Wacom Cintiq, and it's more direct because you directly draw on the screen, but needs a bit of experience and a bit of time to make your brain connect with the hand and the screen somehow. It's a matter of time only.
A question from Todd: how do you lay out and pace a page given a script when you're given the script?
Well, the pace is more or less indicated in the script. At least when I was working with David Goodman, he was really sure of what he wanted in every page, and he told me this page has, for example, 6 panels. This first panel is big and wide. The other one is smaller, or it's an insert panel. And so the pace is more or less in the script, and I only have to follow the instructions somehow. But sometimes when he puts a lot of panels, or there's something that it's gonna look weird in comic, because he is someone that works for television, it's difficult for him to see it clearly in his mind, all the spaces in the page, and I need to rearrange a bit things, and that's all. But the pace is indicated by him.
Okay, wow. I don't want to take any more of your time, guys. It's been such a treat, such a pleasure. David, any final comments on what we're looking at from the Maria work?
No, nothing more. I'd like to continue working on it and see what happens. I hope it could be a good story, and it's starting to look good.
It's looking great. It's looking fantastic.
Thank you.
So, guys, Resolute just made it. You just made it, Resolute. We were just giving a sneak peek. David was just giving a sneak peek of the Lady Vampira comic book that is slowly taking form. So, guys, again, I want to make sure that everybody understands that David is taking commissions now, and he's been doing it for some time, but I'm putting again his Twitter in here, and some of the amazing work. If you're just getting in here, I suggest you scroll back through the stream and look at some of the amazing artwork that David has shown. And if anybody, listen, we've had a lot of people like Yitza, our friend Yitza, and other people who are doing great avatars for you. If anybody needs kind of wants to vary their avatars and look at, this is something a little more lifelike. If you want to get a little artwork that's a little more lifelike for your social media, your YouTube, your whatever it is, or just for fun, David is an amazing person to contact for that. So this is again David's Twitter, and Kashinora is manga, right?
Yeah, it's from a manga I like. It's not very known, but it's a good manga.
Okay. Well, I want to thank both of you again, John. It was an amazing thing for you to share with everybody, and you're always sharing so much. I want to thank.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to put up plenty of pictures of this afterwards. I'll put up a little. I know everybody's going to dying to get. I know Todd's like, I need that in 4K right now. So I'll get it out there so everybody can see it. But that's my handle on Twitter. Everybody can feel free to follow me. And as I make progress through the mask, I'll keep everybody posted. But that I wanted to hold on for your stream there, PJ, because I know we wanted to do it on the first mask, but things didn't work out. But now
it was hard.
Now you've got the second one there.
Wow. Well, it was. Thank you so much, John. And I'm sorry, first time it was very crazy. Yeah, it was.
Hey, things happen, man. Times happen. We're fandom families forever, though.
But I want to thank everybody who has been in here from the fandom. Tons of people have been in here, in and out, just to check out both of you guys. And
I'd just like to say, David, it's great meeting you. This is an honor for me. I mean, when he told me you'd be coming in, I was like, well, hell yeah, I'll be there. So
I was excited to meet you guys tonight, because I've been, having some tweets with you sometimes.
For years, man.
Yeah, for years. And it was about time to see each other's face.
Well, the company I work for is actually headquartered out of France. If I ever get out there, I'll have to ping you. We'll go for lunch or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Shoot out to Spain for a weekend or something.
Oh, but.
Absolutely, guys. You know what? At some point, I want everybody. It would be nice if we all met at a someday at an Orville convention, right?
That would be awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
Like the Orville experience too. We all just need to make it to wherever that is. I'll tell you, when we went to STLV, I met up with Stoney and Sabrina, and man, it was wonderful meeting a bunch of people there, a lot of fans. I didn't even get to see everybody I wanted to see, because these conventions are so large. But we definitely need an Orville meetup.
I must say that when the first comic was out, I had the chance to go to San Diego Comic Con and meet all the actors. And
so you went to the Orville experience, or just for the Comic-Con?
No, the Comic-Con only. Yeah. But they asked me if I was able to go, but I had not enough money at that point. And it's a big regret I have, because I wanted badly to meet all of them.
Yes,
it would have been awesome.
Watch party at my place. I'm good with that, Todd. Swing on down.
What state are you in, John?
Well, I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm just
Pennsylvania.
south of
Okay,
Philadelphia, so
that's doable. That's doable.
yeah. When when all the actors come out here, when you have Jay Lee, if you're watching this, if you're coming to Philly for DNI-Con, you need a place to crash. I got you, bro.
Wow.
All right, guys. I want to thank everybody who has been in here. Todd, we need to have you talking about your stuff soon. CTD, good to see you, CTD. Time Prophet, Disney Sheepherder, Bill Barkley, Resolute. Yes and again. All the Orville.
And as always,
people.
PJ, thank you so much for having everybody on.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you guys on, and thank you, John. And Maria, Congratulations on the launch of the project for your comic book. Congratulations, my friend. And Tink was in here. Geez, we have everybody in here, and Alicia was in here, and Connie and Stony Girl, and I just want to go back as far as I can go back. I'd like to say hello to everybody. Bill Barkley. I don't want to leave anybody out, guys. There's tons of people who are in and out. Hanson, Dr. Omega, of course, Lady Mist, Dr. Adega. That's about as far back as I can go. But Donnie and Luis Sparrow, and I can't go any further back. So, and Raymond and Sandra, and okay, that's about as far back as I can go. So thank you, everybody. And David, we're going to give you the last word for the night.
Well, I don't know what to say, to be honest, but I've been glad to be here tonight and have the chance to meet Johnny, and I can't wait to the next appointment. I enjoy these opportunities because it also helps me with my English. That is something that I would need if I go to a con in the USA.
Yeah, anytime. We're happy to help.
All right, guys.
So it's a pleasure.
Thank you so much to Johnny, and thank you so much to David. Thank you both.
Thanks to you, PA.
And you guys are welcome back anytime, of course. You guys have a great rest of your evening. And if you guys need to hang on for a sec, I'm just going to do the outro. Thank you, everybody. And be safe, be happy, be positive. Forget the negativity. Focus on the Orville, on being happy, and enjoy life. What was that, Johnny?
Do better.
Do better.
Do better.
Okay, thanks, guys.